Weekly outlook and prediction. This is your weekly outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. This week's gonna be crazy, y'all. I'll also be dropping a video if you missed this, and you can check the VOD as well. So don't worry. We're gonna get that money this week. Weekly outlook and prediction, stocks and crypto. We're getting that money this week. Now, I'll show you guys what's going on. I'm gonna be live for like 45 minutes. We're gonna talk about what's happening, and then we're gonna do the video. You guys can check out the video or the VOD. This is the weekly outlook and prediction. All right, so what's poppin', fam? All right, so the first thing we're gonna be looking at is, first of all, hold on a second. All right, so all right, man. If you're mad about SPY going up, you're gonna be even more mad. Bano in the building, Army bro, what up? Hope you guys are having a good weekend, man. All right, so listen. Crypto is up. Bitcoin's up a good 2% right now. ETH is up 3.5%. Cardano ADA is up 4.25%. About to check the port. Why won't it let me? Crypto's back up. All right, guys, so there's a lot of shit going on. I don't know if you guys have heard. There's some reports about Robinhood taking away the buy button again. If you're in the Discord, you heard about that. Also, so we heard about the Discord in the Discord, they're saying that some people are saying that the buy button got taken again. What else do we got going on? Annual report, AMC annual report. SEC filing alert. ARS. Let's see what we got here. All right, they made a big report here. And it's like shareholders face substantial risk from additional stock issuance. They're literally saying bad shit. Oh my God. They're literally saying bad shit. Here, I'll just copy it and post it. And we'll talk about it. It says 2024 though. I guess it's from 2024 for 2025. So here's everything. So, bro, look at this. They're literally saying that shareholders face risk. Shareholders face substantial risk from additional stock issuance. They're literally telling yes voters, hey, if you vote yes, you're fucked. They're literally telling you in plain English so they don't get sued. They're literally telling yes voters, hey, if we dilute more, you know your share price is gonna come down, right? Wow. So, hey, it is what it is, y'all. You can believe what you want. Look, I always keep it 100, bro. It might be time to step away from the AMC, man. Everyone can do what they want, but if we see a rally or something, I'll be out. We got till December till this happens. But shit, bro. It might be time to harvest some tax losses, man. Like, take that L, put that shit up for taxes and move on. Hey, I keep it 100 with you guys, bro. And if I sell, I'll let you guys know, bro. I still have shares. This dilution is crazy, but yeah, this is bad news. Now, we are the largest theater. You know, that's good news. There's a huge amount of debt. At the end of the year, AMC reported cash and cash equivalents of $632 million. And then we did some stuff to, you know, try to get the debt down. But future dilution is like more stock may be issued, diluting shareholders. Bad. Major risk facing AMC. Uncertainty of cash will be on hand to enough to fund. Still talking about the sea flu for no reason. Failure to generate enough revenue, so they're scaring people. They're scaring people into voting yes. Failure to generate revenue. So why don't you generate revenue by taking away some of your salary and actually functioning efficiently as a company, kind of like, you know, how GameStop did? Significant dilution risk here, more. Bro, they're trying to bleed you guys, bro. They're trying to take all your bread, bro. Don't buy no more shares at AMC, bro. Don't buy no more shares, bro. I might sell mine and buy BTC, y'all. Fuck it. That's some extra BTC, and I've been needed some BTC. I might cash out, bro, and get me some BTC, some XRP. Hey, but I'll keep covering it if you guys want me to cover it. I'll cover the news. But I'm telling you what I'm doing personally, bro. I ain't buying no more shares. I have bought some in 2024 and 2025, I believe. They're so cheap. It's like pieces of candy. Let's see what XRP's at right now. Hopefully we get like a little run into December. We can cash out. What is it? December 10th, we got the meeting. XRP, this is a crazy recovery looking like. XRP at 260. 12, 10, 25. Data cell AMC. I went from AMC GME to NVIDIA. I feel like I am not married to any stock, just profit. Facts, bro. Got to get the bag no matter what. It will never end. Unfortunately, Kathy, it will never end, bro. They're going to keep trying to... They're going to keep trying. So I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want to discourage anybody. Everybody has to make their own moves. I'm just putting the information out there and how I feel about it and what I'm personally doing. And me personally, I might just take that little bit of money that's left, harvest the tax loss, because I have a loss on paper. Now, you guys already know my whole story. I'm not going to fucking go into it in details, but it ran up. I made a little bit of cash off that. I bought some shares, you know, and then threw a little bit of money at it here and there to average it down. But other than that, it's like a little bit of money left. You know, I might just cash that out, throw that into BTC. I should have did that maybe sooner because BTC's starting to move back up. Might buy some XRP, but I haven't done anything yet. Still have all my AMC shares. I have AMC shares on 3 different accounts. I have GME shares on 3 different accounts. I have stocks and crypto. But you guys already know I've been talking about it. You know, I've been like saying, hey, I'm trying to move mostly into crypto. And if I do stocks, you know, I'll make plays and stuff like that. I also wanted to come on here and talk about Beyond Meat. This was definitely a short squeeze, but it was also a pump and dump. Beyond Meat does have gap fills to the downside. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's impossible for Beyond Meat to never come back. But I'm telling you right now, bro, Beyond Meat is going to be coming down to these gap fills here. These are on the daily time frame. It's going to be coming down to these gaps, and it's going to be filling these gaps before going back up. I told you guys from the very beginning, as soon as we lose the trend line, that means down, it's going to crash. And I said as soon as we come back inside the bands, that means we're going to crash. We came back inside the bands right here at like $5.77. That should have been your take profits move. Then we lose the trend line and confirm it as resistance. Now we're losing key support after key support. So it's going to drop down into the cents range, which the gap goes to 190 to 150. And then there's a gap that's in the cents range from like 86 cents to like 73 cents, somewhere around that range. Not exact numbers. It's going to come down and fill that gap this week, most likely. All right. Then once it fills the gap, we can go from there. Man, my collar is drunk, bro. Hold on. I got to change my shirt, bro. I got to change my shirt. I got a drunk collar, bro. All right, so let's see. How do I look? Much better. There we go. All right, so yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. So Beyond Meat's gonna be coming down a little bit. All right, we got 22 people in the building, man. I appreciate anybody tuning in here on the weekend, man. I appreciate you. Bought AMC last year, 2024, and this year, last year, bought 410. Would be low. Never figured it could drop as low as $2. Making money on other stocks, so likely use as tax loss. Yeah, brother, gotta harvest those tax losses and use what is given to us, man. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. You already know the deal, bro. Carl, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you. Steve Stokes, what's up, my boy? I think we looked at that stock. I know we looked at this one. I mean, anything buying, I said when I looked at this and said the RSI was oversold in the 4-hour time frame, buy, not financial advice. In fact, this is going out in the Discord, bro. And I think it has a gap fill. Yep, it does. Let's put this on the watch list real quick. And we'll put that right there. Right there. 2 gap fills, daily time frame. So we're gonna put that information in the Discord and let everybody know targets, timeframes. Because look at that setup. Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that, bro. BYND's definitely coming down for the gap fill. BYND's definitely coming down for the gap fill. For sure. And if you guys do want to get in the Discord, hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5. Exclusive information, technicals, price targets, technicals, news as well. And thank you for posting, homie. Thank you for posting. All right. So yeah, crypto pump. Bitcoin looks strong to actually recover. I think that the market is gonna rally up and then correct down hard. We are gonna get Fed interest rate decisions. I already looked it up. We're still gonna get interest rate decisions even though the government shutdown is happening. I already looked that up. I looked up stock market news. Let me post this on Twitter/X real quick. And then we'll look at stock and crypto news, and then we're gonna run the weekly outlook and prediction video. If AMC dilutes, just move your shares to GME, play it safe. Not financial advice, right? Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Everybody gotta make their moves. Man, this thing's so long. All right, guys, we got 28 watching. Thank you. All right, so let's see what we got here. Oh my God, typo! I gotta fix it. Yeah, but BYND's done for right now. Anybody pushing that shit is like just trying to either get clicks or is grifting. Oh my God, I did again. Guys, I can't make a Twitter post. Now I forgot to post the pictures. And then after this, we're gonna do weekly outlook and prediction. Sorry I made you wait so long. All right, let's try one more time. All right, so if you don't know, if you're just tuning in, AMC got a new report, okay? I have all the details on my YouTube post. I should have highlighted some of this stuff, but it's showing liquidity and debt. It's showing everything, right? On 2024 that they did. They're also scaring shareholders again. Look, failure to generate enough revenue may force AMC to... They're literally holding a gun to your head saying, hey, if you guys don't keep giving us money and letting us dilute, you could get wiped out completely. So they're like, hey, either price keeps going down, 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 and you keep getting diluted, or we get wiped out completely. How about you squeeze the shorts and run the price up and then sell? Or how about Adam Aaron not make ridiculous amount of money in shares and the whole board getting ridiculous compensation in shares for doing absolutely nothing? It's all bad, guys. And you guys always know I keep it 100 with you, bro. I always keep it 100. At this point, bro, your money's better off somewhere, man. Your money's better off somewhere else. Straight up, your money's better off somewhere else. What up, Andrew? How you doing, brother? How you feeling, brother? Let me see. Shareholders face substantial risk from additional stock issuance and uncertainty of the box office recovery. Now, this is also another thing, right? They're literally saying if you dilute, yeah, you're going to get screwed. Shareholders face substantial risk from additional stock issuance. Like, yeah, it's looking bad. It's going to go down, bro. Adam Aaron is the worst CEO I've ever seen in my life, bro. Bro, we've grown. AMC holders have grown and learned about the market and do research and due diligence like no other, bro. But you can also do that same thing for other stocks. You can do that same thing for other stocks. So everybody has to make their own decisions and do what they do. Me personally, I might take it, harvest it for a tax loss, and buy some crypto. I bought some shares after the run up with some profits. Figured screw it, we'll see what happens. Rocked out. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for being here. And what I say isn't the law. It isn't. I'm just telling you how I see it, guys. You don't have to even believe me. It's up to you guys to decide what to believe and what to do. So we have that report that came out, and then this is basically the only thing I found for like stock market news and crypto market news is that USA got an actual credit down rating. We'll check again. U.S. and China officials reached consensus on rare earths. Okay, this is mega. This is mega. Tariff pause for Trump and Z. Okay, I gotta do a tweet. I'm sorry. This is mega. We're going to the moon this week. We're going to the moon this week. SPY's gonna go crazy, and some stocks are gonna go crazy, and crypto's gonna go bananas. We're going to the moon, y'all. This is mega. I was looking to see, but this just came out. Yo. Also, guys, rate cuts are coming. Rate cuts are coming too. This week's gonna be insane. U.S. Treasury and Secretary U.S. Treasury and Secretary said talks on the sideline. The threat of Trump's 100% tariff imports started. China could expect a delay implementation of the rare earths mineral and licensing. Hold on. Okay, they're going to delay that. And they're going to meet on Thursday. Okay, so they're going to work things out. They're going to work things out. Okay, and then Trump and Z have to consider it on Thursday, so we got to look for Thursday. We got to look for Thursday. To see if they, basically approve it. And this is big. Misty Blue in the building. Now this account lost its membership. Sad that I need to take a loss for AMC. Bro, you need to do whatever you want, bro, but everybody's got to, make their own decisions. And I'm also going to talk to the community and say, hey, do you guys want me to still cover this stock and cover it or not? And if you guys want me to cover it, I will. Trump imposes 10% tariff hike on Canada. Okay, so Trump fixed one thing. And then made another thing. With Canada. Trump raises Canada tariffs. Trump is wildin', bro. It's too early to check the futures for it to matter. Also, we have tech earnings this week. I gotta figure out what earnings and I gotta post that. Andrew, what's good, bro? Why is this not working? All right. Let's see what we got for crypto market news. And I need to know what tech earnings. They're normally on Wednesday and Thursday. We have Google, Microsoft, Meta. What? No way! Misty Blue. Aw, thank you. A rare weekend super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Misty Blue. We got a rare weekend super chat. Thank you. TA and news. Don't forget the news part.
For all the great
Don't forget the news part. Okay. So we have MSFT, GOOG, GOOGL. Thank you, Misty, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Apple and Amazon. AAPL and AMZN. On Wednesday and Thursday. What? The madness! One super chat. And one brand new member. Let's go. Danny Lamb coming in hot with a freaking gifted membership over the weekend, though. Brother, you truly just made my weekend. Misty and Daniel just made my whole weekend, bro. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you. All right, so we have tech earnings this week plus interest rate decisions from the Fed this week. From the Fed this week is huge. Plus, we have news, and I gotta fix that. News on tariffs. I should put some punctuation there, but we're not gonna. Sorry, guys, you're watching this all live, so you're watching this happen as it happens. Thank you guys for the supers, bro. All right, so tech earnings this week plus interest rate decisions from the Fed this week is huge. Plus, we have news on tariffs happening now. Check out my previous post for details. Microsoft, Google. I didn't put the comma there when I should have, but it doesn't matter. I'm not changing it again. And Google, and those are kind of the same things anyway. And then we have Google, Apple, and Amazon. So MSFT, Google, Apple, Amazon all have earnings this week on Wednesday and Thursday. Microsoft, Google, let me make sure which ones are on which. I think Microsoft, Google, and Apple and Amazon are Microsoft, Google. What did I type in? MSFT and Google and Meta. Oh my God, I have to fix the post again! My God, bro. All right, guys, thanks for joining me live. I'm going to go over everything one more time before I do the video. All right, so, and now I know which ones. It's Microsoft, Google, and Meta have earnings on Wednesday, Apple and Amazon on Thursday. All right, let's do this shit. So, if you're just tuning in, we have 36 people in the building on the weekend? No way. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Somehow we have 36 people in the building on the weekend, and we got a gifted membership and a super chat. Misty Blue also rocking the DataZero hoodie. Why is crypto market up today? We got nothing on crypto. How this crypto made 17 million in 2 weeks. We already talked about the whale. So much going on. All right, so Microsoft, Google, Meta, Apple, Amazon earnings. I think that they're trying to pump everything up, though, because the earnings are going to be bad. I think earnings for tech is going to be bad. Some of them are. And they're trying to pump everything up. This week is insane. Interest rate decisions. Tech earnings. We have a possible deal for Trump and Xi to consider that will get rid of everything. We're still in a bear flag. Unless we break the bear flag, we're going to break down eventually. I think we're going to see a sharp pump up to drop, but I think we're going to pump. This week's going to be insane. We have Fed interest rate decision on Thursday or Wednesday. We have GDP on Thursday, which GDP looks bearish. This is also why they're trying to pump up. Guys, it's going to be a crazy week. It's going to be a wild week, but I think we're going to get pumped. Also, interest rate decisions. And I put out a new play in the Discord, guys. I got a new play in the Discord. Make sure you check it out. Dumb question. Where do you go to buy your merch? I can't find the link. The link should be in the description. But it's also right here. The link should be in the description of this live stream. But I just posted it in the comment section. All sales of the merch help support the channel. I can't find the link. The link should be in the and if you hit more, right here, the link is here as well. If you hit more, so you go to the video, you hit more, and you click that, boom. Takes you right to it. And then also, I just posted the link here as well. I'm rocking the merch right now. Wash this shirt a couple times, doesn't fade. Good stuff, man, good stuff. Thanks for the consideration, bro. So hopefully, guys, we get this pump. It will help our meme stocks go up. I think GameStop's set up. I think GameStop's prime. AMC just released a report, if you don't know. All right, let's try to do a video. It's going to be a jam-packed video. Let me get my thoughts together. I've already been live way longer than I thought I would be. I've been live for an hour. Holy shit. All right. I still got to work on my class today. So, yeah, let's get this done. Because I got to work on my class today. I'm working on a lesson today as well. Because I'm trying to get that class out to you guys, man. And it's some official information. Hours and hours and hours of me just showing you step by step how I learned, and then how I think and break down my thought process, and how I do everything. You guys see my accuracy. Everybody who watches me, who's going to be buying it, already knows the deal. You already know what I can do. I'm trying to show you how to do that. So that's what I tried to do with the class. You'll get access to all 10 lessons, plus an exclusive Discord where you can ask questions, and I will be streaming there. I'll announce times, but I'll be streaming there, and I'll stream some of the lessons, and you guys can ask questions about the lessons as well. This week's gonna be insane. New play in the Discord. Get ready. SPY's most likely gonna hit 680 this week. I pump, you pump, we pump. All right, let's try to do this video. We have somehow 29 people watching. Thank you so much for spending your weekend with me. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. I think that's why crypto's running right now too. You're most likely gonna see SPY gap up in the morning, pull back, and then run to the upside, and then pull back slightly in the close. 680 price target. All right, let's get this. GameStop, I think, is ready to set for a move up. AMC should bounce with GameStop. But we did get a report, and I broke everything down on the live stream of how I feel about it, and I'll talk about it on Monday as well. All right, let's do this. All right, one and done, baby. One and done. One and done. We got this. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. This is your weekly outlook of prediction for stocks and crypto. Hold on, I'm gonna acknowledge your super chat, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna acknowledge your super chat real quick, bro. Thank you, Andrew, and I'll start the video over. And I'm not mad, don't worry. Thank you, Andrew, I appreciate it. Andrew just dropped a super chat. Maybe he wanted it on the video. I don't know. But I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that get a super chat and don't say anything.
Hope everyone had a nice weekend. Now
Bro,
let's make
you.
dollar rocket.
Let's get some hype in the chat for Andrew with a rare weekend super chat. Let's get some hype in the chat for Andrew with a rare weekend super chat. Thank you, bro. Misty with the #1 crown today. Thanks for holding it down. Thank you for the super chat, brother. All right, one and done, one and done, one and done. Now, if anyone else sends a super chat, though, and I start the video, you're going to have to wait till after the video. All right, ready? 3, 2. Don't worry. Everything happens for a reason. Don't worry. Everything happens for a reason. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. This is your weekly outlook prediction for stocks and crypto. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. I'm going to show you guys my research and due diligence. Please do your own research and due diligence for buying any stock or crypto asset. That being said, we're going to hop on the charts, facts, data, showing what I'm looking at as a trader and investor for this week. All right, this week's going to be truly insane. I know I say that all the time, but ladies and gentlemen, we got so many different catalysts coming up this week. It's going to be wild, all right? So right off the bat, before we even get to the meme stocks, when we talk about the meme stocks, I also talk quickly about BYMD, and then we're going to be looking at SPY and then the crypto market. But we have so many things going on. Before we get into that, I have to tell you guys what's going on and why this week is so special. So we have tech earnings, okay, right off the bat, which is going to be huge. Now, I think the earnings are going to be mixed, but I think the majority of them are not going to be as good as we hoped. So they are not only trying to pump things up to help, counteract that. And we have a lot of stuff going on that could potentially pump us up. We have the whole tariff thing going on with Trump and China potentially coming to a resolve. There is officials have reached a consensus for them to consider. They're going to meet here on Thursday and see if that goes through. If that goes through, that's going to help pump us up big. Now, at the same time that's happening, Trump also did a 10% tariff hike on Canada. Again, this is more mixed stuff. The market doesn't like uncertainty, but with the main thing with China being cleared up, that's going to be bullish overall. I don't think the Canada thing is going to affect us too much. Now, we also have, on top of all of this, Fed interest rate decisions. Now, I'm going to talk about the other data drops that we have as well here, but this is going to be the big thing. And the majority of the consensus is thinking that the Fed interest rates are going to be coming down. You guys can see the previous is 4.25. It looks like it's going to be coming down to 4. And I believe that most likely is going to be happening as well. We're going to probably see a rate cut, which is going to be bullish for everything from crypto to small and mid cap stocks to the entire stock market, as that liquidity becomes more easily accessible, and it's going to pump things up. All right. Normally when you get rate cuts, the SPY returns at least 13% in that year. So again, this bubble still could continue. And again, in the short term, that might seem like a good thing, but overall, I think that this is a very bad thing, and it's going to lead to the destruction of the dollar even faster, which is why I personally think Bitcoin is going to be worth exponentially more, especially with the M2 money supply growing. But that's a whole thing that I can break down on stream for you guys on Monday. Now, also, if you guys haven't watched my live stream, make sure you guys watch my live stream as well, because I had AMC had a report. I talked about my feelings about this report. I'm not going to break it down on this video, but AMC dropped a whole report for 2024, basically going over everything that they did and discussing potential risks that shareholders may face. Long story short, ladies and gentlemen, they're saying that they could face issues if they're not able to raise cash, but we're also facing potential risk to shareholders if they dilute. So it's literally like a gun to your head, ladies and gentlemen, like, hey, something bad might happen if you don't dilute. And if you dilute, price is going to continue to go down. So I broke down my thoughts on that. Obviously, this isn't a good thing in my personal opinion. I don't think they're personally going to go bankrupt in my personal opinion. I think that's a scare tactic, but I broke all that down on the live stream. I'm not going to get into that here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to continue to cover AMC and GME, or if you guys want me to move on to other stocks. But me personally, soon, I probably will be letting go of my AMC shares, harvesting a tax loss, and putting that in somewhere else. So I want to make that very, very clear. If I do sell my AMC, I'll let you guys know, and we'll talk about that on stream. Now, guys, AMC and GME, as far as the technicals are concerned, GME looks like it's potentially primed for a movement to the upside here. And then if the rates get cut, that's going to be bullish for both AMC and GME. So if we do see these rate cuts, which is going to be happening in the later half of the week, you're going to see most things pop off. So basically, you're going to see the meme stocks move with the market generally here. I believe SPY is going to be pushing up, but GME looks like it's getting ready to make a move past this 2350 level here and hold that. And if it does do that, it's going to see a decent pop to the upside. There's multiple gap fills to the upside for GME. So GME is looking bullish. All right. So if GME starts to move up, I believe AMC is going to move up. up. Now, we have to look at what's going on here with the shares as well. At time of recording, this could change as early as Monday, but you guys can see 4.3 million short shares here for AMC. They've been building up short shares in anticipation for a potential rally, in my personal opinion. Cost to borrow is going up. As you guys can see, cost to borrow is starting to rise and trend in the right direction. Slightly coming down as of lately, but still trending up mostly overall. 0.51%. We definitely want to see that cost to borrow go up because that will make it more expensive for them to short us down. Now, here at time of recording for GME, they have 1.2 million short shares at 0.50% cost to borrow. Again, you want to watch those cost to borrow levels. GME cost to borrow is rising. 1.2 million isn't that many shares, but again, this could change as early as Monday morning. Now, as far as the technicals are concerned, we still have that bullish divergence. RSI clearly trending up. Bullish momentum definitely building. I believe that GME is setting up for a substantial move here. If you guys go ahead and pop on the Bollinger Bands, you guys can see that the bands are starting to tighten up after that big move to the upside. We have this big move here that we got here last week. It looks like we're making a little bit of a bull flag, a bullish consolidation right underneath that 2350 level, and we're going to see a nice pop above that. So I'm thinking that GME is going to break and hold 2350 this week, and if it does that, it's going to see a nice move up, overall giving GME a green week. And if we get the rate cuts as well, that should help AMC recover. We should be able to bottom out of this overall downtrend that we've been in. You guys can see ever since we've lost this high of 318, we should be able to bottom out of that. But they've been attacking AMC extensively, guys. They've been dark pooling everything. We've seen dark pool as high as 81% some days. So you do have to be aware of that. We could potentially see a little bit more downside before that recovery, and things could start slow this week. Remember, the rate cuts aren't until the middle of the week. So both AMC and GME could start slow this week. That's why I kind of have this consolidation here for GME, maybe even a little bit of pullback, and then the later half of the week we'll start moving to the upside. But I think overall we should be seeing a green week here for the meme stocks based off of everything here that we are looking at in the totality. So as far as GME is concerned, I think we're going to break above that 2350, holding that, getting a nice pop to the upside. AMC could come down to about 265, 260 before pushing to the upside, but it looks like we recovered here coming into Friday's close. And remember, Friday is one of the most manipulated days. Max pain was 250 that day, so we should be able to recover back over the 270 level and push up towards 280. If AMC is able to break and hold 286, we could see a decent pop to the upside, and there are gap fills to the upside for AMC, same as GME. If GME starts to move to the upside, I believe AMC will move to the upside as well. But I think overall we're going to be seeing a green week here for the meme stocks. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, because I go over this stuff every single day, and I do go live during market hours giving you guys all these details as they do become available. Now let's go ahead and move into SPY in the overall market, show you guys what's going on there and talk about that. Let's quickly just touch on BYND before we move into that. As you guys can see, BYND, I just want to break it down real quick. I talked about it more on the overall weekly outlook prediction on the live stream, but there's two gap fills on the daily time frame, and these gaps are going to get filled, in my personal opinion, this week. I think it's going to continue to come down. I told you guys once we lost the trend line that it was going to crash down, and once we came back inside the bands, it was going to crash down. We came back inside the bands here, and then we corrected down. We used the trend line as resistance, and we corrected down, and now we're losing key levels of support. Gap fill starts at about 188 to 150. So that's one of the gap fills, and then we have another gap fill that's in the cent range around 89 cents to about 78 cents. Those are not exact numbers. These gaps are on the daily time frame. They're going to get filled most likely this week. So I think BYND is going to be coming down. Now, again, anyone talking about this saying it's going to squeeze again, I'm not saying that's not possible, but I'm telling you right now, guys, it's going to come down and fill those gaps before moving to the upside. Now, once it fills those gaps, I'll be able to determine what's happening next after that, but expect more downside for BYND. Now let's go ahead and move into SPY in the overall market, show you guys what's going on there and what makes this week so crazy. So again, Fed interest rate decision, okay? I think we're going to be getting a rate cut. I think the rates are going to be coming down. That's going to be bullish for the overall market and crypto. Definitely going to be extremely bullish. We have GDP, which looks like it's going to be bearish, but the rate cuts will override that. That's going to be on Thursday. We have personal income and personal spending month over month. We might not get any of these data drops because of the government shutdown, but we're definitely still getting the Fed interest rate decision, and that's going to be the big thing anyways. So we might not get those other reports, but we're definitely getting Fed interest rate decisions. I already looked it up, and that is coming this week. Then we also have tech earnings. We have Microsoft, Google, and Meta on Wednesday, and then Apple and Amazon on Thursday. I think overall these earnings are going to be mixed, but I think they're going to be a majority bad. But again, with Fed interest rates getting cut, it will kind of override that. Again, if they were pumping and the tech earnings go good and we get good interest rates, that's going to really send SPY up. But I think overall SPY is very easily, safely giving a price target of 680 for SPY this week. I think that's going to be happening. Now, I want to make it very, very clear that we're not out of the bear flag yet, and we could easily trend up to much, much higher and still be in this macro bear flag. But if the things get resolved with the Trump tariffs and everything, that's going to be so bullish that we could literally blast off. Now, we don't have much room to run, so if we do get a sharp pump up, I would expect a sharp correction down. You guys can see RSI on the weekly time frame already inching into overbought. Not there just yet, but it's at 69.16. Anything over 70 is overbought territory. Monthly RSI is way out of control right now, sitting at 76. Normally when we get this hot, we see steep corrections down. So if we do get a pop up, I think we'll see a correction down. But with the overall liquidity and everything, this bubble could continue. Now, again, I think I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, and I'll break it down on the live streams more, but I think this is like end game level shit, where people are cashing out and trying to pump this thing as high as possible before the music stops. All right. And if this keeps happening, SPY is going to keep going up. Bitcoin's going to keep going up. Key crypto coins will keep going up, ladies and gentlemen. But Bitcoin normally follows the M2 money supply very, very well. And it's normally thought of as a hedge against printing. With the rates getting cut, things are not looking good. It's going to devalue the dollar. These assets will keep going up simply because the dollar keeps losing value. So it actually seems like everything's good, but the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and your dollar is losing value. I can break that all down on a live stream much more. And again, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but this is like end game level stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And with them cutting the rates, it's going to send the market even higher. That is very, very clear. So 680 price target here on SPY. We will be watching the bear flag very, very closely to make sure that it doesn't push to the downside. Again, also, this is evidence that we could see a sharp pop up and then a sharp correction down. So I am going to be very, very wary about that. Again, that could be setting a bull trap. Once we make that correction down, though, that doesn't mean that we couldn't see a movement higher. But I think we are going to see a steep correction coming here soon. So be careful on that. SPY, I think, is going to be hitting 680 this week. Could start off slow. I think we might see a little bit of a gap to the upside here pre-market. If we do, you'll probably pull back, find support, and then push to the upside, similar to what you see here. Again, remember, sharp pop up to drop down. Huge events that are going to be moving the market are tech earnings and Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday and Thursday. So be ready, guys, for that. So this is what we're looking at for SPY in the overall market. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on for BTC and crypto, and then we will wrap up this video. So Bitcoin right now is already recovering. It's up to almost 2.25%, 209 right now to be exact. It's making a bull flag right now here under key levels of support. Most likely going to push up back towards 115,700, believe it or not. It looks like that the tariff drop that we have, we're actually recovering out of that now, which also leads me to believe that the market could potentially do the same. Bitcoin looks really, really good right here. And I think once we get back above 115,700, that's going to confirm that, yes, indeed, that we have bottomed as long as we hold that level. And we're going to push up even higher for another leg to the upside, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. Now, again, this bull market has been very, very different. We've seen coins come out of nowhere, explode. We've also seen key altcoins do good. Like this coin ZEC came out of nowhere, did good. We also have some other coins like that COAI coin that came out of nowhere. COAI came out of nowhere, did 4,000%. So we do have that. We do have some meme coins that pop off every once in a while. But other than that, key altcoins have seen most of the gains. XLM, XRP have seen a lot of gains. Bitcoin has seen a lot of gains. Ethereum has seen a lot of gains. Key altcoins have seen a lot of gains. We still haven't gotten to that crazy altcoin season yet, and we haven't seen Bitcoin dominance coming down. So again, this could mean the market's maturing. Something similar to what I told you guys might happen, where some meme coins will fade out and the top altcoin projects will be the ones that remain. Now, again, I'm not saying that's happening. We could go into a crazy blow off top and everything with the name crypto could start going crazy again. But until we see the Bitcoin dominance come down and the Ethereum dominance come up, we're not in that altcoin season like we've seen in 2020 and 2021, where every altcoin was just pumping and we saw massive gains across the board. So make sure you pick your crypto projects wisely, ladies and gentlemen. Now, me, mostly, I'm invested in like the top coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, ADA, and that's what I look at. But there's definitely gains to be made other places. Now, fear and greed, it's starting to move out of the fear. Again, remember, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. Again, that extreme fear giving us a great buy signal, as we were in extreme fear during these dips here on BTC and other key altcoins. Key altcoins like Ethereum look like it's getting ready to break out of this falling wedge, which we've been talking about extensively here on this channel. Also, XRP is now recovering as well, back above $2.50. I told you anything under that was a steal, and that would have been a great buy zone. As you guys can see, we're up above that. If XRP is able to get back above $3, that's a sign that potentially a new all-time high is coming. If it's able to break and hold $3, so XRP holders, watch out for that key level of $3. If Bitcoin gets above 115,700, XRP most likely will push up as well. Ethereum looks like it's getting ready to break out of a huge falling wedge, which could send it to 4.95 thousand. So again, more signs that another leg up is coming. Now, the whole thing with the manipulation of the whale shorting and the liquidity flush that we've seen, and then the Trump tariff scare, really hurt some coins like Cardano, ADA, and stuff like that. They are on track to come back up, and if Bitcoin does recover, they will come back up. But again, ADA hasn't moved up kind of like Ethereum. Ethereum basically recovered mostly. We still have a little bit more gains to go, but Cardano, ADA has a lot more to go. Now, that doesn't mean that Cardano, ADA is a bad coin. It just means that it has less downside risk and more upside reward. So things that are oversold like this or down low like this could be potential good buys, not financial advice. I think Cardano, ADA is going to be pushing up. Ethereum is going to be pushing up. XRP is going to be pushing up. I think we're going to see moves on those key coins. So again, even if you don't hold BTC, you want to be watching BTC, but we're seeing the band starting to tighten up. We're getting above the blue medium line. If we can get this green weekly MACD to curl green, it looks like we're going to make a pop for another new all-time high, which could lead us way past that 126 to like 130, 140, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. Especially if these rate cuts come, it's going to be extremely bullish for crypto. More risk on appetite, more easy access to liquidity. You're going to see Bitcoin move up. It moves with the M2 money supply, like I said earlier in the video. You're going to see Bitcoin move up, which is going to take key altcoins with it, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm thinking we could potentially see pumpage here for the crypto market, despite all the fear, which again, be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. And we could see yet another leg up here for BTC. Again, weekly RSI, we have room to run. We're only at 54. Monthly RSI is getting hot, but we do have room to run. It previously ran hot before, and we are not yet overbought. Kind of like SPY is. Monthly RSI or weekly RSI. Monthly RSI for BTC is at 68, which is actually a really good spot where we could still push higher. I do not think this bull run is over just yet. So guys, this is what we're looking at for the crypto market, the stock market. This week's gonna be insane. If you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. Few people make it to the end. If you made it to the end, that helps me with the algorithm. If you guys want to check out the merch store to help support the channel in a different way, you guys can. Links are down below in the description as well. Also, if you guys want to drop a super chat on the live streams, I'd appreciate that. But if you don't want to do any of that, just leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the content, all that good YouTuber stuff. And as always, y'all, make sure you do these things. Make sure you have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out, fam. All right, we got a weekly outlook of prediction. All right, guys, I'm going to upload this video Hopefully it was a good one. It's hard to remember all of that stuff and then do it in one take. It's really hard. That's on the weekly outlook too. That's kind of when I have to go live because there's too much to talk about. But yeah, this is, I was talking about it in the video. This is like end game level shit because it's going to pump everything higher, but it feels like they're just cashing out. It feels like they're cashing out. We have all these gap fills here on SPY as well. And the interest rates coming down is going to weaken the dollar. So it seems like everybody's winning that has assets, but you're still losing purchasing power, which is why you have to literally have assets. So hopefully you guys are paying attention. Things are getting crazy. Remember, SPY could start off slow, but I think we're gonna probably see a gap up and then like find support. We'll correct down and find support and push higher. But yeah, guys, this is like basically keep the music going as long as possible. And Trump did this last time when he was president and the market was coming down. He just lowered the rates and it pumps it. The crazy thing is the labor market is weakening and inflation is not going away. So that's going to also make inflation stay. So again, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just trying to keep you guys informed. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Big ups to you as well, homie. I'm just trying to keep you guys informed and tell you guys what I think. This is just all my opinions based off my research. You guys have to do your own research, obviously. You don't have to take anything I say as law or word, but guys, I've studied this all the time. This is what I do, and it looks like basically they're just trying to pump, keep the music going as long as possible. I don't see how this could end well overall. Inflation not going away and lowering the rates is crazy, but I do think we are going to see a rate cut. I do not think they're going to keep the rates the same. They're going to take it down to 4. They're going to do a quarter cut. All right, guys, let me upload this video. I appreciate anybody who watched to the end, man. Thank you, guys. If you're still here watching, somehow we have 35 in the building. Thank you for that. I've been live for about an hour and a half. I still got to work on my class today, so I'm going to get on that. And I will see you guys on Monday, man. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe on the way out. And as always, y'all, have fun. Stay safe. Make money. Peace out, y'all. Shout out Misty Blue, Andrew, and Danny Lamb for the rare and coveted weekend super chats. We got 1 brand new member and 2 super chats. Thank you. Bitcoin's gonna go to like 130, bro. We're gonna have another nasty leg up for BTC. Watch. Was the video okay or is it trash? Get into the money. All right, fam. I'll see you on Monday. Check out the video. Hit the like button if you want to help me out even more. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Misty, Andrew, and Danny Lamb for the super chats. See you guys. Peace.